All right, drama in Dallas keeps on going on. Fans break the NBA code of conduct and get ejected from the Mavericks arena in the Mavericks' latest loss. Basically, what happened, I'll get to the article here in a second, but basically, they were going around for like the karaoke cam. When they're playing a song, they put the subtitles up on the big screen, and it goes from fan to fan, and they're all singing the songs. Off the subtitles or whatever. So it's going around. It goes to two or three fans. They're singing whatever song it is. Then it gets to the fourth fan, and the guy's singing at first. He's singing the song, I guess, just to get the camera on himself. And as soon as the camera comes on himself, he goes. If you can't tell what I said, I mouthed fire, Nico. It was really clear what he was saying. And then after that happened, they escorted him. I don't know if he got escorted fully out of the arena, but he got taken at least, I guess, to the side of the arena, and they told him I'm not 100% sure, but I guess, if you do that again, you're going to get totally ejected or removed from the game. So he goes back in there, and then, shortly later, I guess later in the fourth, he's holding up a poster board with his buddy, and it's like a giant green poster board, and it says Fire Nico on the poster board. So they ejected him apparently due to, it says fans break NBA code of conduct, but comment below what you think if you saw this. But really what it was the fans are understandably lashing out about what happened with Nico Harrison. Again, it's more the ownership, that made this happen, but, Nico Harrison's the scapegoat. They're just lashing out at him, and they're understandably frustrated, but then, basically ownership and the Mavericks organization is just silencing their own fans and just saying, hey, if you're going to talk bad about Nico, you got to get out of here, which is ridiculous because if you compare the Mavericks to the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys fans say terrible stuff about Jerry Jones all day, but he understands, these are the people paying the money, these are the people, supporting my fan base. I think Jerry Jones is a pretty terrible owner. I'm a Cowboys fan myself, and it's tough to be a Cowboys fan, but with that being said, I can respect Jerry at least in that aspect that everyone, you can say whatever you want, just voice your opinions. Should always be okay to voice your opinion, especially at the sports games, as long as it's not something crazy or derogatory. You know what I mean? That should be fine to voice your opinion without getting ejected from the game. But like I said, the Mavericks ownership. We'll get into Mark Cuban in a second here because Mark Cuban basically had someone ejected on his own. So yeah, they make a terrible decision, and then they're kind of blaming the fans like, oh yeah, we made this horrible decision, but if y'all are real fans, y'all will stick by us and support this decision we made. So, basically, yeah, they just made the horrible decision to trade Luka, and now they're trying to blame their fan base and basically say, oh, y'all got to get over it and, help support the team. This is the team now, that already happened. Help support the team now. But I'll get right to the article here. Real quickly, I'm at 17 big subscribers, trying to get to 20 by the end of the day. And YouTube said they'll send me a brand new car if I can get there. Yeah, right here, emotions from the Luka Doncic trade still raw. Multiple fans were ejected in the second half of the Mavericks 127, 128, 129, 128 loss to the Kings due to violations of the NBA's code of conduct, apparently. I used to watch, if you watch games like 10 years ago, everyone would have poster boards with, whatever message they want to have on the poster board, go Mavericks go or whatever it is. But now, the poster boards aren't allowed to be brought in, so I guess they're saying that's the code of conduct, so they got ejected for bringing poster boards in. But end of the day, they're just silencing their fans because the Dallas fans are really passionate. They've always been that way, and I think any organization would reply this way. And like I said, they're trying to say, oh, you guys aren't real Mavericks fans. If you were a real Mavericks fan, you'd be supporting the team. Don't come to the game just to yell out fire Nico and be negative or whatever. But if any Mavericks fans are watching this, please comment below how you feel. In my opinion, I live in Texas. I'm not a Mavericks fan, but in my opinion, the real fans are the ones chanting out fire Nico and being mad at the games. The other fans, I wouldn't say they're not real fans, but the fans that are trying to kind of get over it and move on, I get it too on their end. But, if I lived in Dallas, I'd be out there, yelling fire Nico and just letting the organization know, that's not okay what you did, and we're gonna let you know about it. But yeah, again, those guys got ejected. like he mouthed Fire Nico at first, and they took him out to the side. I guess he came back in. They held up the Fire Nico poster boards a little while later. Then they actually ejected those fans. Again, if it said something positive on the poster boards, "Go Mavericks, go," they wouldn't have ejected them. It's just because ownership didn't agree with the Fire Nico stance on the poster board, so they just kicked him out like some man. I'm trying to think of a good example. It's just such like butthurt behavior from ownership, just silencing your fans' voices, which would just make me even more upset as a Mavericks fan. But yeah, when they got ejected, those fans right here, each instance prompted boos from the crowd. If you watch the video, it wasn't like a couple boos, like the whole arena was booing when they got ejected, because I feel like everyone in Dallas is pretty together about what happened and pretty in agreement. But yeah, Mavericks governor Patrick Dumont, he purchased the majority share from Mark Cuban last season, and he was also loudly booed when he returned to his courtside seat with 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. At first, everyone's just blaming Nico Harrison because they made him the face of this move, but it's cool to see people are looking more into this stuff. I've done like a good amount of research on this since it happened. But yeah, Patrick Dumont, he was talking crap about the team or about Luka the other day, saying, I'll paraphrase, but basically, if you had a work ethic like Shaquille O'Neal, then he would be, if you had the Shaquille O'Neal mindset, then he'd be what we're looking for. Then he'd be a championship player, which just shows how little he knows about basketball. Um, but yeah, the Fire Nico signs were up in reference to Nico Harrison. Again, he's the scapegoat. He's a general manager, so he's one that makes the trades happen. But again, the move came from ownership up top. They told him what to do. I don't think Nico Harrison had too much say in this. He just kind of did what ownership told him to do and became the scapegoat there. Let's see. Okay, right here. So, in the first incident, the guests brought in a sign that broke the following rule included in the NBA Code of Conduct: clothing, garments, or signs displaying explicit language. This is what I said. I didn't even read this yet, but this is what I was saying. Signs displaying explicit language. Like I said, derogatory statements. So yeah, profanity or derogatory characterization towards any person's like. So that's basically what they're saying. That's the part of the Code of Conduct: derogatory characterization towards any person. I don't think that's derogatory to say you want to get someone fired. Just how most of the fans feel right now. I feel like that's fine for the fans to voice their frustrations, especially at the arena. Okay. Harrison been subjected to harsh backlash, understandably so, with the Luka deal. Yeah, the 1,000 people protested outside American Airlines Center just like a week ago or so. Fire Nico, sell the team, all that was happening. Oh yeah, right here too. Yeah, those guys got ejected. One of them was wearing the Luka Doncic jersey. Oh yeah, they got ejected. They're having a shouting match with Mark Cuban. These fans weren't too far back, so I guess Mark Cuban saw them. And then right here, he's saying, "Shut the up, sit the down." And you can see, check it out on the footage. You can see Cuban. He looks all mad, like he's trying to be a tough guy, like he's gonna go up there and fight the fans or something. I have a lot of respect for Mark Cuban. I thought he was a really awesome owner and a fans' first owner for the Mavericks, and I feel like Mavs fans would probably agree with that. For however long he's been the owner. But again, he sold his majority share back in 2023. He owns like 23% of the team or something like that now. The Adelson family is the real owners now, and I made a previous video. I won't get all the way into it, but they own like a gambling corporation in Las Vegas. So they're all about gambling money. Like they're the ones that made the Luka trade happen just to tank the Mavericks as an organization, basically. And they're hoping the Mavericks will be bad by 2031, so they can try to relocate the team. Or their number one option, they're trying to get sports gambling legalized in Texas, where I live. So 2027, 2029, those are their chances to get the sports gambling legalized. They're pumping tens of millions of dollars into Texas legislature to try to make that happen. So that's basically why Luka got traded. They want to tank the team's value so they can't get the sports gambling legalized 27 or 29. Then by 2031, They're hoping the Mavericks will not be doing well as a team, so they can say, "Oh, hey, we got to move them to Vegas." Dallas is not the spot for the Mavericks. I really doubt that's going to happen, but that's kind of how the Adelson family is seeing things. But again, I've heard people trying to argue in favor of Luka. Again, if any Dallas Mavericks fans are watching this, comment below what you think about this. In my opinion, I'm on the side of that's just messed up. They traded Luka. That's terrible for the Dallas Mavericks organization, and it's terrible for the entire NBA as a whole because you're seeing gambling over the integrity of the game. Like, I mean, money's kind of always came first, but the money's just totally over. Like, that's just ridiculous. You just tanked the entire organization. You traded, a top 5 player in his prime, from the team that drafted him. I've never seen something like that happen in my whole life. But that's my side. I think it's messed up what happened with Luka. I've heard people arguing from the other side. I guess other Dallas Mavericks fans, and they're saying, "Hey, if you were a real Mavericks fan, you'd just come out and support the team. You wouldn't be out there, with fire Nico signs and starting fire Nico chants. You just be out there supporting the team. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be." I guess the word they use, they don't want to have negative people around them. I guess just chanting fire Nico or talking crap to Mark Cuban or whatever it is. And again, if you're a Mavs fan or if you live in Texas, just please comment below what you think about that. But I feel like the Mavs fans have all the right to walk in there with fire Nico signs and talk crap to Mark Cuban and just say whatever they want at this point because it's ridiculous. You can't make a decision up top and then expect the people down here to not have any opinion and treat them like they're idiots because basically ownership made this decision up here and they just want to act like all the people that are Mavericks fans don't know anything about basketball, and they're really smart fans. They know a lot about basketball and know what's good for the organization. So basically, that dude, yeah, Patrick Dumont. Again, he's one of the majority owners, but he was the guy that was trashing Luka's name, saying, "Oh, if he had that Shaquille O'Neal work ethic, he'd be good." Then it's like he just looked up, what are some good NBA players, and then he just named Shaq and just he named like Kobe and Jordan, but even Jordan, he would go out clubbing and stay out late, and you know what I mean. He'd go out drinking. No offense to Jordan, but he didn't have 100% the hardest work ethic. He would go and have fun, especially Shaq. Shaq did not have some great work ethic. And this dude Patrick Dumont was the dude saying, "Oh, that's just what Luka was missing. He was missing that Shaquille O'Neal work ethic, and then we would have kept him basically." But yeah, Dumont again, he got booed coming back to his courtside seat. But yeah, it's really just them trying to get the gambling and stuff legalized. But really, the most annoying part about all of this is that Patrick Dumont and the Adelson family, they're these billionaire types of people, and they make a decision up here. This is their decision. We're gonna move Luka to try to make the gambling stuff happen for ourselves in the future. So they make the decision up here. They push it down to Nico Harrison, who may not even necessarily agree with that stuff. And then Nico Harrison makes the decision at the general manager level. And now the fans down here, you know, the people up here, the Adelson family expects the fans just to be stupid and know nothing about basketball. But it's the other way around. The Adelson family, Patrick Dumont, and them, they don't know anything about basketball. They're gonna make this decision and try to just spoon feed crap to the Mavericks fan base and expect them just to accept it and not lash out like this. I heard another Mavericks fan as well, kind of coming from the same side where they're saying, "Oh, if you were a real fan, you'd be supporting the organization no matter what." And I feel like that's kind of ridiculous. Again, I'm from Texas. I live in San Antonio, so of course I'm a Spurs fan. It would be like if we traded Tim Duncan right in his prime. Like, we know our organization is set up for the next 10 years to be very successful, just like the Mavs were already set up. And then we traded Tim Duncan in his prime, and then that's what happened in San Antonio as well. The whole city got mad, and we're saying fire RC Buford in this situation. That's what would be happening. Um, but yeah, like that's just totally reasonable how they're reacting. But yeah, someone on that side was saying, "Oh, maybe Mark Cuban didn't even know this was going to happen. Mark Cuban's probably, he's probably the most hurt one or the most mad one. They're out here trying to defend a billionaire for some reason, trying to defend Mark Cuban." And like I said, I thought Mark Cuban was always a great owner up until this point, but just go do some research and check it out. Mark Cuban sold the team at the end of 2023. He sold his majority shares. So again, the Adelson family is the majority owners. So they're the ones that said, "Hey, trade Luka." Nico Harrison had to do it. Now everyone's mad down here because of the decision the Adelson family had made. But but yeah, it was crazy. People were trying to defend Mark Cuban. He sold the majority share of the team to the Adelson family. Mark Cuban's a billionaire businessman. He didn't make his money from basketball. He made his money from making smart business decisions. And if you think Mark Cuban sold his majority share of the team at the end of 2023 and didn't know that, the Adelson family, Dumont family was kind of trying to do this and trying to push the gambling, um, I wouldn't so much agree with that. I don't know if Mark Cuban. I wouldn't say that he so much knew when he sold his majority stake that the Adelson family plans on trading Luka and blowing up the whole team like that. But part of me kind of thinks he knew something about it, or he at least knew they're trying to push the gambling legalization in Texas. But you know, I wouldn't so much defend Mark Cuban. I don't know if he did know or didn't know, but I guess if you're on that side of things, to be fair to Cuban, it's possible that he didn't know about this happening. Again, I feel like he knew the sports gambling part. They're trying to push that, but I'd want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he sold his majority share in 2023, and they told him, hey, Mark, in about a year from now, we're gonna trade Luka and tank the whole organization so we can try to make some more money. I'd like to think Mark Cuban is better than that, but anyway, please comment below if you're a Mavericks fan or any other team fan that's been keeping up with this, and just let me know, especially Mavs fans, which side you're on. Like I said, I'd be more on the side of this is a bunch of crap. Like, y'all blew up our whole team for no reason. You traded away our franchise player. We're set for the next decade, and y'all just blew it up for no reason. And then y'all keep talking crap about Luka Doncic. Like I said, I'm here in San Antonio. Just like if we traded Tim Duncan when he's 25 years old, um, the city would have been so mad about that. We'd have reacted the exact same way as the Mavericks fans, and I wouldn't be on that other side, trying to defend billionaires, about their decision. But yeah, please comment below what you think. Please like and subscribe if you finished the video, and we'll see y'all next time.